start, but I want to get the stream going first. And then, oops. fucking train come from?
Wait. I don't know.
I have,
Wait.
so many questions.
Is that the question? I don't think you're asking the right question. The question is not where the train came from. I don't think you're asking the right question. I mean, wait. My audio thingies are.
Where are you going with this?
I mean, why would the question be where the train came from? Is the appropriate question not where did we? Why are we on the train? I mean,
and why are there like 20 copies of Soapbox Deluxe's EP on cassette? We need to be asking the important questions here. How do we even play these things?
I don't know. You were the one who planned this. You tell me how we were supposed to play them.
Planned what? Planned? I didn't plan the train.
Well, I feel like we don't plan a train.
Do I look like? Do I have the hat? But I guess since train have this just conveniently lovely, realistically desk.
I love the desk.
The presence of internet. I love the desk. Should we name the desk?
Yeah. Let's name the desk. The desk is amazing.
What's the desk name? Desk. It's
I don't know.
I think he thunked too hard. We'll come back to that. Welcome to the first episode of Track by Track. That one's Shima.
Hi.
This one's Lexi. You're supposed to say something cute there, Shima.
What do you want me to say? Why can't I not just say hi?
I don't know. This is a show where we're on a train in space, I guess, and we turn up my volume a bit. Or here, I'll turn up Shima's volume a bit. There we go. It's a show where we're on a train and we talk about music, track by track. Apparently we're on a train. Train was not part of the original equation, but here we are. And
the train just happened.
We just so happen to have 20 copies. Yeah, the train just happened. Just so happen to have 20 copies of the hit EP by Chicago artist Soapbox Deluxe, aptly named Soapbox Deluxe. And actually, Soapbox Deluxe is actually sitting over there
on the left, right, left for you, right for us. It's just. Lexi? Lexi? Yellow. Lexi died.
Oh.
Lexi.
No. No.
Well, while Lexi revives, hello,
Yeah.
welcome.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to our totally not improvised show. We absolutely did plan this out.
Yeah, I did in my computer itself. I didn't hear anything. Did our guest introduce?
I welcomed him. He has not introduced himself, but
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
His name's Alex. The main dude. The music. Soapbox Deluxe. Thank you for having me.
He's a very, very cool dude. Didn't hear anything on our end. Oh, okay. Well, Neri, to catch you up to speed, we introduced Soapbox Deluxe. We introduced Alex from Soapbox Deluxe. Which, you're not the only person behind Soapbox Deluxe, correct? Who else? Do you have anybody to shout out real quick?
The the Soapbox Deluxe EP would not exist without the help from actually a lot of people in my life. Um, the dude who mixed and mastered it, Andre, he's a great guy. He makes his own music and also does audio engineering for a bunch of other bands. So his band is called Sora Kai, Sora from Kingdom Hearts, Kai. Although it's not from Kingdom Hearts, so they would yell at me, I think, if I said it was the best.
Oh, it's not from Kingdom Hearts. Do they not like Kingdom Hearts?
Just for spelling reasons. But yeah, no, and then he's working with a band. He's really happy to be working with this band called Blue Cave. So they're like pretty chill, pretty good. Um, but yeah, he worked on my stuff and graciously helped with a lot of the like drum aspects of it, especially because I am not a drummer. So we actually using Studio Magic. If you listen very closely, the drums on the Soapbox Deluxe EP are Paramore Riot drums.
By Paramore Riot, what do you mean by Paramore Riot?
Like
just
using
drums from
like
Riot?
It's like using all the drum samples that they recorded during that album. They have like acts of like you could just insert drums.
Yeah, I did notice. I mean,
okay.
it's not very obvious, but I did notice that they were not, actually, well, and
Yeah,
played
it's not
live. Yeah.
It's not live. It's not live. It is samples that are taken to the max. What's actually interesting as well is that when I originally write the music, I do use a Game Boy, and that's the drums. So in the studio, we started with very rudimentary Game Boy drums that I'd written, and then they just kind of we just kept slapping stuff on it until it became what it ended up being.
I need to ask because this is going to come up a lot in my notes for the songs. But how the hell do you? Well, first, let's get into how do you capture a Game Boy's audio like that? I mean, I know they have as somebody that worked on Game Boys, I know they have a audio. They have a headphone jack. As far as like capturing audio and then like just composing on the Game Boy, what kind?
So on the Game Boy itself, I use the cartridge LSDJ, Little Sound DJ. It is a 4-channel like music sequencing program. It's probably I'm gonna boldly say that it's probably the most common chiptune program used, at least with Game Boys. Like I was at MagFest in DC in January. I played a couple songs actually live, and I ended up using a different dude's Game Boy because it had better sound output than mine. But I just used my cartridge and switched over. The way that you get what you program into the Game Boy off of the cart into a mixable format is initially I just tried to literally plug the headphone jack into my capture device and just record it. But there was like clipping issues, and the audio just wasn't coming in very clear. So what I had to end up doing, and this it was more a pain in the ass than it sounds like, but I had to download the ROM of LSDJ onto my computer, boot that up, and then using a USB cable from the cart to the computer, offload a save file of each song so that I could then boot what was on my cart onto my computer and record directly what the computer then had rather than recording off of a Game Boy. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. That does sound like a lot.
Yeah, it does sound kind of stressful.
Yeah, it was.
So, do you still do all the? Sorry, continue.
Oh no, go.
I was going to ask, do do you still do all the composing on the actual Game Boy device now, or do you just fuck it and just use the?
Oh, yeah, no, I still I am working on a work in progress song that also started on the Game Boy. If I play that one live in the near future, it will be coming off of the Game Boy. Um, I do write. I mean, I also write with a guitar and a bass and traditionally. Um, but yeah, although I definitely could just use the ROM on the computer and compose that way, I think that's kind of nifty at the Game Boy, and I don't have to carry my computer around to compose from. I hope that answered that question.
That makes sense. That did, because the Game Boy stuff was honestly a burning question. I was trying not to ask before we got into the show because I really wanted to, but I wanted to save it for. Shima, do you have anything? Do you have anything for any questions for him before we get into the album?
No. I think that's. I actually had the same question that you had, so.
Yeah, and then I guess there's I don't know if we want do we want to go ahead and just get into the EP?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we're just gonna go down the list here of the tracks, and it's an EP, so it's not gonna have a lot of tracks. It has 5 tracks, and we're gonna go start with number 1, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, which is a I think it's only 55 seconds long.
It's
correct. Which is honestly that tracks with lots of punk songs. Punk rock songs tend to be shorter. So I think Shima probably analyzed things better than I did, but I do want to ask. So for the title, I'm guessing pulled it from the now defunct Disney ride.
Is that ride defunct now?
Yes.
I thought it was. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it's a defunct.
You know what?
Yeah,
you know what? Serves it right, because I named Mr. Toad's Wild Ride that because I was like 3 or 4, and it was the first time in my life I remember crying because I was so scared.
I actually have a similar story. It's not fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those rides can be really.
No, mine was actually worse. I was 3 years old when my mother thought that it was a great idea to get me into Space Mountain.
Now, I've never actually experienced Space Mountain. You're gonna have to tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like roller coasters, and I think it has to do with the fact that I was put into a roller coaster when I was 3 years old, and specifically Space Mountain, that thing that's darker than, I don't know what. It's just it's a traumatic experience for a 3-year-old. It's not. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, but what if it was Rock and Roller Coaster instead?
I don't know. I just know that part of my fear of basically any amusement park ride comes from that experience when I was a toddler. Yeah, I mean, it's not even the fact that it was dark. It's just the feeling of the void. You know, I just don't. I don't even know how to explain it, but I couldn't stop crying for 3 days after that thing.
Throws you for a loop, you know. No pun intended.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you see the one in France, it's like Jules Verne, or is it Japan? It's like Jules Verne themed. They like shoot you out of a cannon, like in the fucking George Méliès.
Oh.
It's a really good. It's a cooler version of the. It's still a dark ride. It's still a dark roller coaster, but I think it has the same track layout, but it's all themed to Jules Verne.
I don't know. I just know that I don't like roller coasters. Every time that I've had like the chance
Besides-
to get into one. If I have ever gotten into one after that incident, it's because someone forced me to. I wouldn't willingly get into a roller coaster.
Okay, so getting back to Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, the song ride. I just realized this.
Sorry, say again.
Okay, I might have to adjust my thing. But the thing I wanted to ask is, oh, it's not using. 1 minute.
Take your time.
Is there we go.
Oh, yeah.
What I was gonna ask for Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. One of the biggest I listen to lots of punk rock. Me and Neri, my girlfriend who is in chat, we both listen to lots of punk rock. One of my other favorite bands is the Ataris, and all throughout this entire EP, I get major.
We lost you, Lexi.
Saying
What
Atari
what
vibes.
music were you listening to, writing some of this stuff?
What music was I listening to writing some of this stuff? Let me think, because it's probably a lot, because the EP took a very long time, right? So I went through a lot of different phases while like being an extreme perfectionist about it. I would say, I mean, like definitely like Fall Out Boy, especially the classic stuff, is always going to be one of my favorite slices of pop punk. I really like 4 Years Strong, like Rise or Die Trying. I really liked Chunk, No Captain Chunk. Streetlight Manifesto kind of influences me lyrically. I don't know how much musically anymore, because I mean my stuff is not like super ska or anything, but I just really like Streetlight's vibe in general, and it has influenced me. Like I was in a ska band in high school, so like I mean back then it sure did. But it's still some of my favorite stuff. But yeah, no, just a lot of like, I mean, a lot of pop punk and easycore that is kind of, a lot of it is still around today. I mean, Chunk's around, 4 Year Strong's around, Falco's around. So they're kind of the greats that stood the test of time. So I mean, there was also a bunch of deep dives. Like when I was in art school, writing part of the EP, I would go to a lot of like local shows. So like one band I really like is Kid Liberty. I don't know if you've heard of Kid Liberty, but they're like a kind of a smaller like pop punk easycore. Their stuff is actually really good. But yeah, those would be the influences. Surprisingly, not a lot of like chiptune. I mean, I like chiptune, but I can't say I'm like super into chiptune. If that makes any sense, you know what I mean? I really like it. I mean, I love video games. I love seeing it live. I just couldn't tell you like, oh, like this chiptune artist, this chiptune artist. I kind of just mess around and see what happens. However,
I mean, I picked up a chiptune album,
I was gonna say,
but I know what you mean with chiptune.
if I could shout out one chiptune artist that I do remember, it was at MagFest. It's like I've heard this name before. Boy Without Batteries, I think is really good at chiptune, especially. I believe it is a Game Boy Advance used with Boy Without Batteries, but do not quote me on that. It's probably in the Wyatt.
Shima, do you have what do you have for?
Well, I didn't quite write down specific questions about anything specific. I just have like general questions, even though the first one you already asked it, and it's well where you got your inspiration for that style, because I really did get a like right off the bat a very strong classic feel of, rock funk and like I really loved the drums, and you have that fast tom there that's very characteristic of that style. It really reminded me. Well, I don't personally listen too much to that genre. I can appreciate it, but it kind of gave me Green Day vibes.
Cool.
Hmm.
Hey, nothing bad about being compared to Green Day. Huh?
Yeah, big trait. That should. I'd hope that would be taken praise. Yeah.
If someone said I sounded like one of the like most classic pop punk bands ever, like yeah,
Hmm.
I'll definitely take the compliment.
Yeah, you do. You totally sound like that. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I would say Mr. Toad's Wild Ride specifically is a combination of, at least it intended to be, a combination of early Fall Out Boy at the beginning, and then the breakdown was a friend helped me write it actually when I was in art school. Um, like I said, I have a bunch of people I could shout out along the way that kind of helped me out with this, that had a little bit of input here and there. It was very helpful. I definitely did not make the journey myself.
All right. So I think we're good to go on to the next track. And yeah, similar to Shima, some of my questions that I have lined up are specific on, and then some of them are just like kind of general questions that I thought of while listening to said song. So track 2 on the EP, is PG-13, much like the uh, the stream. Even though I already used up my one F-bomb, so I don't get any more. uh, things
Yeah.
I was already starting to trying to read in the lyrics by this song, um, and specifically trying to connect like certain certain well, like your songs in particular. Um, some songs, sometimes people write songs and they have that title of the song. Eleanor Rigby, that name comes up. Oh, look at it's the name of it's the title of the song. It's in the song. The songs on your EP do not do that. So I'm wondering, how would you say that "Let's Keep This PG-13" connects to the song in terms of title?
I'd say
If I need to rephrase that, let me know.
no, I gotcha. I would say let's keep this PG-13 title wise relates to the lyrics in that it is kind of about like distancing yourself from people if you need to. So like kind of
Mm-hmm.
keeping someone at arm's length, you know what I mean? Like if you're in a relationship or something close to a relationship, you would kind of keep it PG-13 if you need to stay distant.
You're good, because that was what I picked up on, and now I'm now I'm validated.
Yeah. Oh
um,
yeah.
I also just wanted to say my favorite probably from the entire album is in the sun, and it's "You Pay Your Lovers in Heartache." Oh my god,
Oh,
I actually really like that line. I love that line so much.
aw. Well, I'm glad it resonated with you.
Uh, Shima, go. I guess we're just gonna take turns. I don't know a better way to do it.
Yeah. Well, that way we avoid speaking over each other. So it's. I think it's better that way, actually.
Sure.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well, about let's keep it PG-13. I don't really have a lot of questions.
Song. Does the song does.
Dude,
Well, I don't know. I mean, most of the things that Lexi asks are the things that I would ask too. So I don't.
No problem.
It's fair. Do you have any tidbits for us to share then along the way? I have a feeling this might get finished quicker than we thought.
Do I have any tidbits to share, like about the song?
Yeah, do you have any tidbits?
It is the oldest complete song written for the EP. It would have been the first finished track that I was like, all right, this is going on the CD when I finish it. And it has gone through a million zillion iterations and lyric changes and like people helping me with it, and I've played it live. I played it live like 10 years ago. It is a very, very old idea.
Oh, jeez.
I'm telling you, I started writing the like super proto versions of this EP like 10 years ago. Like it was been a long, long time. But yeah, it was the first one I finished. It was probably mostly done by the time I was 18 or 19, and there are a lot of versions of it that will not see the light of day for good reason. But I'm very happy with the version that is out now.
Well, now I'm curious.
Yeah.
Now I want there to be a demos release sometime down the line of just
oh man,
deluxe
demos. We know what was interesting is when I so this is gonna be one for the real OGs in my life who might be listening to this. When I was 18, 19, something like that, sophomore, junior years of my undergrad art school in Savannah, Georgia. I played Let's Keep This PG-13 in a proto Soapbox Deluxe called Victory Road. And I actually still have leftover t-shirts if you wanted them. You only get one or something.
or like that name.
Victory Road. Victory Road was a good time. It was really hard though to like, because we were all so busy, and I was kind of learning how to do a bunch of stuff, like just how to work with other musicians and everything. But I didn't even sing the song. I was just the bassist in the band. I did write it, but I was like the bassist, and I just kind of like ran around playing bass, and a different guy sang it. So thanks, Andre. Different Andre, by the way. Different Andre than the one that mixed my stuff.
Different.
There are two Andres.
Spelled differently. One Andre who mixed my stuff has Andre with an EI. Andre who sang the song 10 years ago was just A-N-D-R.
Okay.
Now that you say that, I'm curious if this song has been under production for such a long time. Then I would assume it's like the one with which you have like the strongest emotional like connection to say in some way.
I would say that the most of my old friends would kind of meme on it the most. So kind of like for example, if I'm going over to a friend's house, I will knock on the door in the rhythm of the main gift.
Oh, I see.
Like we meme on that song so hard.
Yeah. I just thought that. Well, I found it natural. You've been working on it for years, so
yeah,
you have kind of like that. It's kind of a special song, right?
Yeah, I would say that the two oldest songs on the album, writing wise, are PG-13 and the next one, DG. Those are the two oldest ones.
Okay. Yeah, the other thing that made me wonder, the little story that he just told, is does the album have like any set, or like does the order of the songs have a reason being, or just random order?
Uh, oh, let me think about that. I think I must have meant something by it. I liked Toads first because I like, well, it's, I don't know if it's a trope. Maybe it's kind of a trope, but like a lot of like heavier pop punk bands will have a short song to start an album. It's just like a thing. I don't know why.
Hmm.
I don't know. I guess it's cool. Like there's another band in the local scene where I'm at. I'm in Chicago myself, so um, there's another good local band called Wolf Road, um, and on their EP they have a really quick song started off, and it also is like kind of like a breakdown kind of song. So I don't know. I think it's just kind of cool, like cool energy to start the album with like just like hits you really quick and really fast and ready to go. It kind of wakes you up, and then PG-13 had the closest beats per minute to the end of Toads.
Oh, so you matched the BPM of the song to kind of keep
Yeah,
the
they
same
did
pace.
seem to kind of.
Yes, yes. Toads I think goes 165, and then the breakdown is 140. And then PG-13 is, I believe, 140. I think it's always been 140, as long as I can remember. Yeah, I know the like freaking details. I think Dude is like 1. Anyway, it's such an electronic music thing to care about the details.
Well, you are working with like Game Boy stuff too, but
yeah, exactly.
And it's just it's cool when stuff flows together. Like listening to Mark with a C's popular music, and that album pretty much all the songs tie each other, and it's just you don't have to do that. It's cool when it happens.
Yeah. I would say also the
and also just like you were saying the
yeah.
Don't know.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh no, go on. Sorry, I think the
Oh,
talking over each other.
I was just gonna keep explaining about the like track.
Go ahead. I think that.
Sure. So yeah, Toads hits you and wakes you up. PG-13 flows right into the speed of Toads. Dude follows. Dude followed PG, one because of they were written in the same period, but also because Dude's end of song kind of two-steppy breakdown thing is also a similar speed to Illinois Jones, the one that comes after. And then, wouldn't you know it, I think Illinois Jones is like 150 or 155, and Time Walk is 157. So I guess I just BPM matched the album. I guess that's really what I just ended up doing.
I noticed something. I guess it was totally a coincidence. I don't. It's very unlikely that you did this on purpose, but every song is longer than the previous one.
Seriously?
Mr. Toad's 55 seconds.
Wait,
Let's
really?
keep this PG-13 3 minutes and 22 seconds. Dude, she thinks we're cool 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Illinois Jones 3 minutes and 32. And then Time Walk 4 minutes and 49 seconds.
That no, on purpose. I never even knew that.
Well, now you can tell everybody that it's on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like somebody found like trivia that I didn't even expect. That's really cool. That is very interesting. Yeah,
All right.
those are the reasons.
like, yeah, no, I totally planned that out.
It all worked out, you know. That's good.
For real,
Yeah.
for real.
BPM matching, a little bit of Toad to start. Yeah, a little bit of trope, a little bit of BPM matching, a little bit of totally intentional track length order. And there you go.
All right, Shima, you want to bring us into track 3?
Yes, this is kind of.
You go first.
Now, this is kind of a. I don't know if I should call it a stupid question, even though it kind of is. But who's we? You say, dude, she thinks we're cool. So, who's we? Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I am still Facebook friends with she.
Oh.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
no. It's all good. It's all good. Me and Victory Road were playing a show in a restaurant, I think. This was like 2012. And we played PG-13. I don't know if Dude had been written yet, but I guess it must not have because we had to rename the song later. But after we played the show, we went to like a burger joint, we were going to a different restaurant. And the waitress, we all had a crush on, I think. I mean, it's a long time ago, but like, I'm going to go with, yeah, we did. So, we were talking to her about like Smash Brothers and stuff, kind of like how a bunch of dope, dudes in a band would be. And yeah, we would just be like, dude, she thinks we're cool.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I still have her name tag sticker on my face.
Oh.
No, she has absolutely moved on with her life past serving us burgers though. But no, shout outs to Jenna. I'm extremely surprised if you heard this, but shout outs to you, Jenna. Thank you for those cheeseburgers 10 years ago. She thought we were cool.
That's actually a great story. I love that because I was forming my own theory from listening to the song. I'm like, oh, they're like at a party and they're trying to impress some girl at a party or something. But nope, it's just a waitress serving cheeseburgers.
I'm glad I asked then. I thought the answer was going to be something, I don't know. I don't even know what I expected, but I am glad I asked.
Yeah. There is a story behind every title as well. So every title is a funny story.
Well, then we're just gonna have to keep asking that question. The other cool thing that stood out to me in this song too was the like Game Boy and with the guitar solo.
Oh yeah.
Really sick. Love that so much. Made a note of it. Must have been there. I can't remember stuff off the top of my head. I'm bad at that. That's why I take notes. But being able to hear those two together, it's just like not like, and even just the way that you use the chiptune stuff in the song, it's like completely unexpected. Because I remember when I first found the album, like I think maybe earlier this year or last year, I can't remember. On Bandcamp when I was just looking for free pop punk stuff, and I found it, and I was just like, okay, I'll look at this. The album art looks cool. And then the Game Boy just comes in out of nowhere, and I'm like, is that chiptune? And I didn't know it was a Game Boy until I like scrolled down and looked at it, and I was like mind blown. So it's really cool to see that. I know we've talked about Game Boy already, but I can't get over how cool that is.
Well, thank you.
All right. Shima, do you have anything else?
No, my only question was regarding the title. I mean, the thing is that I don't
Alright,
really I never really question stuff. I if something I would have more comments than actual questions, because I usually just accept things as they are and enjoy it, just enjoy them just like that. So you can do the questions. I will occasionally comment on things.
okay, so I'll do the questioning. I'll do the interview. Do so you'll do the comments.
Well, I have some
Um,
questions, but if it's
or
something that you already asked, then
oh,
I'll restrain from asking it.
oh yeah. My girlfriend said in the chat. Yeah, I played it for Mary in the car, and she said her first thought is that chip tube. I know she means chip tune, but I'm not correcting that. She chip tube, and and then like I played it for her once, and then later I find out because she's singing this one of the songs later that she went back and listened to the not only listened to the entire EP but all the lyrics off of one.
Aw.
So shout out to Nick, the Galaxy. um, okay, track 4, Illinois Domes. Since we're gonna keep asking that same question, you want to?
Oh yeah, you just want the story right off the bat.
Yeah,
Okay.
the origin of the title.
Yeah, just get it.
Okay, so when I was in high school orchestra, playing the bass with
Sorry.
with me and my old high school ska band singer and high school ska band drummer. We were all in orchestra together, and during like the 5 minutes before and after like orchestra practice every day, you're just in the orchestra room, kind of just chilling, and we would like open the practice room door and like where you hide your violin and stuff like in storage, and we would just like toss a water bottle in it as the door was closing and be like, "Oh, Illinois Jones," like Indiana Jones, but like because we lived in Illinois, so it's like Indiana but Illinois. And he's this water bottle. He's this water bottle that's just getting under the door as we're closing it, and that was the game. We also in middle school had a game called Fireman where you would slide a juice box off the lunch table and it would. That was the game.
I love the stories behind the titles of your songs.
The stories are. More Game Boy comments and questions because the Game Boy does take a bit of the lead in here. But is there still stuff that you haven't done with the Game Boy yet that you want to do? Like different things that you haven't tried? I'm kind of curious.
Stuff I haven't done with the Game Boy that I want to do. I mean, I am making more of an effort in the songs I am working on now. Like, I am writing new stuff. I am making more of a concerted effort to make the chiptune more prominent. I want to be able to branch out a little bit more in the electronicness of it and maybe have a song that's more chiptune than pop punk for all we know. As well, I just want to push myself in more boundaries in general. So like maybe make a super heavy song, maybe make a super light song, maybe make a super electronic song, or all the above. Kind of keep it the same stuff, but like more of that stuff. What I want to do with the Game Boy specifically, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm trying like different like envelopes and different like you know, sound comes in, sound comes out. Different. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm just trying to learn the software a little better, and then incorporate what I've learned just by messing around. I hope that answers your question.
And then I mentioned, oh yeah, no, that does. And then I mentioned Atari's earlier, and again, I just want to touch on that. That lots of the themes of the songs are really similar to stuff by Atari's, because I mean, it's not a, it's this whole album seems to be based more, or this whole EP album, I'm just gonna use interchangeably. The whole album just seems to be really based a lot more on personal experiences compared to other stuff in the punk genre, because generally within punk, and it's, you never tell somebody what to do with a punk record. It's the first question. That's the first rule, is don't tell somebody they're not punk. But a big thing in punk is to use it as a means for different political commentary and things like that. But bands like, I like to point out, Bowling for Soup and Ataris are just singing about their, or just making songs about their experiences. Blink 182, and that was just like another connection made. Oh, and then Neri had a question. So the previous band that you were in, Victory Road, is that a Pokemon reference? I was actually wondering.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was like, yeah, that definitely should be.
I mean, the only shirts we ever made, which I still have a bunch of in like a box somewhere, we had a red one and a blue one. they were the same art, just red and blue version of shirts. So yeah, I really wanted to lean into the Pokemon pretty hard, but it only kind of, the proto band only kind of existed for a year and a half, 2 years.
Mm-hmm. And then another one other thing I wanted to point out, because I had another line that came from this album that I also really liked. The heartbeat out of time is one of the lines. I can't remember the context that it was used in, but I did make a note here that it kind of seemed like it was a double entendre for either, obviously a heartbeat being out of sync, like out of time. That similar stuff like that has been used in other stuff. Echo Smith, one of their songs, I think it was specifically Cool Kids, because that's the only song anybody ever remembers by Echo Smith. But the other thing I kind of connected within, because this is something that I connect myself, because just musical tastes and other things. But a heartbeat at a time, somebody living in the wrong time period, time decade. I mean, that's a cliche thing that everybody throws around now. Decade. So I kind of got that vibe out of that too.
Sure, and I mean, can't you even interpret it where like, if your heart literally beats erratically, it's like really bad for you. Mm-hmm. So like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's that called?
Oh yeah, they just also have a life-threatening condition.
Exactly. No, seriously. I'm serious.
Exactly.
A lot of stuff packed into it. That you can take out.
Yeah, that's the great thing about music is, and just art, is there's so many interpretations of everything, even just aside from original artist's intent, because as time goes on, things take different meanings. And that's something I see in lots of different careers and lots of different musical artists. And just even on repeat listenings, depending on the mood I'm in, I'm like, oh. But Shima, question.
Sorry, what? I lost you there.
Oh, do you have any other comments or questions?
Well, I mean, Lexi just asks everything. Lexi asks everything that I can think about, so I don't really think I have anything else to ask or to expand on it.
Then how about you get us started on the last song of the EP, Time Walk?
Well, I'm getting some questions from chat, even though they're kind of unrelated to your album, but chat is asking me to ask you questions, and okay. I would feel bad if I ignored them.
Oh yeah, no, ask them.
Yeah, I personally don't know what this is, but they are asking me about your thoughts on the 2020 Astro World concert. If if you know anything about that. Because I don't. I'm sorry, I'm too old for this.
I don't know either.
Wait, wait, you don't know about the like Astroworld incident?
No.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You explain, Alex. No.
Well, I mean, I'm not like an expert on it. But I wasn't there. But from what I gather, there was a concert at like Astroworld where like the dude, I don't even care what his name is, but
They're
he was,
telling
like,
me is Travis Scott, I think. Well, they're saying that.
sure, like whatever. I don't know. He's probably an asshole. But like I don't know. A bunch of people got like trampled at his show. Like tons of people got hurt. A couple people died. Like, fucked
Oh.
up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I mean, I've been to like shows. Like one time I was at a Fall Out Boy show. It was probably like 9 or 10 years ago, but like it was still pretty high energy, and it was a pretty low. Sorry, not low. It was a pretty small venue. And like someone fell down, and they like stopped playing. They were like, "All right, guys, like, are they okay? Like, make sure they're not, like, make sure nothing fucked up happens." And it's like, it takes like 10 seconds. You pick them up. If you fall down in the mosh pit, you get picked up. You make sure that everything's okay, and you play your set. If you're like encouraging people to like do dumb shit, you're like part of the problem.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, and I've been to a small. I saw the Queers, and like even at that venue, all the opening acts, and it was a really small crowd, and they were like, yeah, if they called out during one time the song. They were like, "Oh, are they okay?" Because somebody did trip and fall just in the mosh pit.
Yeah.
They didn't stop, but they kept their song going for like forever.
Yeah. And I mean, I know there's different philosophies. Like if you're into like hardcore, or if you're into like pop, or if you're into whatever. Like there's a little bit of different like mentalities when it comes to how the crowd is kind of like what you're supposed to expect and what is what you're supposed to do. But I think if more than one, Jesus Christ, if at least one person dies at your show, you fucked up. Like you did. You are in control of the show. You can always say stop. And I mean, like, yeah, there's gonna be. I mean, Jesus, this is all political now. There's gonna be cases where the crowd kind of just does dumb shit by themselves. And I mean, dude, I've gotten like really hurt like crowd surfing before, but like, and part of me would have blamed myself, part of me would have blamed the people around me, but I mean, there's the accountability that you gotta have for yourself, but there's also the accountability you gotta have to others, especially when you're an artist and you're like up on stage able to have any sway at all. I think if that dude, again, I literally forgot his name, he's probably an asshole, but if that dude was like, yo, stop, I think things would have not went down so shitty.
Yeah, totally. I've got one question on my side too here from Lincoln89. What is your favorite song?
I'm sorry, what?
What is your favorite song on the EP?
Oh, my favorites, it would be a tie between Time Walk and Mr. Toads. The other three songs are just they're okay. No, I like them all, but I think Mr. Toads. I think Mr. Toads and Time Walk. No, I think Mr. Toads is statistically like based on everyone I've talked to and based on downloads and stuff like that. Yeah, as far as like Time Walk, I just like it because I think it's my best written song, and only in my opinion. But yeah, it is what it is.
I think it's kind of okay. You obviously you do have songs that you like more than others, but you said you like them all, and I personally think that asking an artist what their favorite song is like asking a parent who is their favorite child. It's like,
Shima, you have children. Who is your favorite kid?
do I have children? Wait, I didn't know.
I thought you did. I could be
What?
wrong.
What do
Oh,
you mean
no?
you thought I did? I don't.
I don't know. You're
What?
the one that always says you're old. Okay, whatever.
No.
Whatever.
What? No, 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 no. Wait. I want to know. No. Wait. I want to know. What made you think that I have children?
You're always like, oh, I'm an old man. I don't know. So I just assumed that you were like married.
What? No. I'm just no. That has nothing to. First of all, I never. First of all, it was. Who was the first one? Redhead was the first one to call me a boomer. It wasn't even myself. So, I only call myself an old man when I'm asking questions about technology or stuff, modern stuff like that. But it's Redhead, the one who calls me an old man. I don't consider myself that old.
I've had this whole idea in my mind that you're pushing like.
No. It's okay. I get why you would think that, but no. Just no.
No.
Oh wait,
Anyway,
apparently I do have children. Chat's claiming to be my children.
I mean, a way that kind of are.
I have
There is a
children. I
money
didn't
side
know.
to the one with children.
Any other,
Back to the.
political questions?
Sorry, what?
Do we have any more hard-hitting
Oh,
political
any more political?
before we talk about Time Walk?
Yeah, any more hard-hitting, earth-shattering questions from either of our chats?
Yeah.
Favorite color? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite drink? I'm drinking.
Favorite color, the famous political question. Well, Lincoln mainly asked the favorite song question because certain songs might have some more personal meaning.
Yeah,
But
I noticed.
Touch on with a.
You know, honestly, seriously, I would say that Toads and Time Walk are the two most significantly like theme songs to me. I would say that the middle three songs, while I do like them,
Really?
they are slightly less like I put my like feelings into it, and I tried to make like a good to listen to song. But like Toads and Time Walk, I was like really feeling it.
I would have thought it was. Let's keep this PG-13 after that story you told us about. Well, it took you what almost a decade to complete it.
No, yeah, I mean, sure. But it was lyrically done in like a year. I'm just talking about like, playing.
Oh, so it didn't take that long to make. You just didn't make progress for quite a long period of time, and then when you actually started making it, it didn't.
Yeah, it was man, you know, a lot of shit happened to me in the last 10 years. A lot of weird shit happened. But I
can
believe
that.
I've been working towards the EP in some small capacity for the entire time. Every year something happened that progressed the story. And I hope that I can put out music faster. So far, odds are good.
Well, you don't have to rush.
Ooh.
Oh, you okay there?
Sorry, that was the sound of something hitting my mic.
Well, as I say, I think you don't need to rush. I mean, as a musician myself, I know that on many cases, a song is not actually finished. You just decide that it's time to to publish it, but I don't know if it happens to everybody, but at least in my case, like you start working on a song and you think you're finished, but then you come back and listen to the song again, and you start thinking like, oh, I could add this or I could change this, and you actually like never finish. So it's like there's a point where you are like, okay, no, I gotta leave it like this because you could go on forever.
Yeah, I mean, even talk about Green Day earlier. Even Green Day recorded Paradise,
I was
right?
gonna mention that. Yep, Welcome to Paradise was released on both Kerplunk and Dookie,
Mm-hmm.
and then it took off on Dookie.
So, it's, you know, these kind of take, in my opinion, people sounds a little better on YouTube. Kind of how it goes.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think we got all the hard-hitting political questions out of the way. Shima, comments on track 5, Time Walk.
Comments in track 5. Wait, I'm just scanning through the lyrics too. I didn't write notes. I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
I mean, if you want, I got something right off the bat I can talk about
okay.
that you probably wouldn't think of. So I'm a big musical theater person, and in musical theater, there is a trope known as the I Want song, and Time Walk to me seems to be the I Want song of Soapbox Deluxe, because it seems to be to me, at least from what I picked up on, it seems to be things about like obscurity and like overcoming personal anxieties and things like that. That's just what I picked up from the lyrics and stuff. And also other stuff that's worth mentioning. Game Boy, again, I cannot stop talking about the game. The I don't know if you want to call it riff or I don't know what you call it. It's a Game Boy.
Yeah.
The run of notes from the Game Boy is very catchy in this one, and the breakdown bridge middle eight again. I don't know the correct names for any of this. I've tried to write music. I know how to play ukulele. I write poems, so I've tried music, but I don't know all the terms. The layering of the guitar drums in the Game Boy, and just everything going on in there is one of the coolest things, and I can see why it's one of your favorite songs of the album because there's so much going on here. And that Game Boy, the Game Boy chiptune is really the backbone of this song. That's like all. That was literally all the notes.
Time Walk is the most recently written song, having been written only 5 years ago.
Oh.
Only 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Hold on. I am right now. I'm very old. I am 30 years old right now, and I wrote Time Walk when I was 27. So, I mean that somehow that was only 3 years, but that's only 3 years.
So 5 years turned into 3 turned into 5 somehow.
That was one hell of a time walk, huh? Oh, thanks. Sorry. Oh my God, I'm terrible.
No, it's okay. I love how the Game Boy is listed as an instrument.
Yes.
That's amazing. Like vocals, guitar, bass, Game Boy.
Do you ever see the I don't know if either of you ever watched Rocket Power, but there's this like how like Twister, Twister would make his own videos, and like in his videos he would credit himself like 5 times. He'd be like cinematography Twister, like editing Twister, and it's just like okay.
No, that's perfectly fine. What I find amazing is that the Game Boy is listed as an instrument.
It's an instrument.
Well, technically, everything could be an instrument. Then, I mean,
Exactly.
You technically sampled the Game Boy, but following that logic, I could just use my desk as a percussion and that would do the desk. Shima's desk. Number one lead percussion.
Is this what we're naming? Is this what we're naming the desk? Shima's desk. No, we could make an album on the train, and we could use our desk as a the percussion.
Yeah, no. The desk is the tom. Well, we can use them. I don't know. The doors could be some kind of snare. The sound of the doors. We could turn the whole train into an instrument.
I think
the train.
Bands have absolutely done that. Like bands have just used bullshit as instruments and put them in the recording. I know like Angels and Airwaves did stuff falling on the ground as an instrument.
Oh, Neri just mentioned in chat something that reminded me of. She's telling me about this stomp band that used trash cans and alarm clocks as instruments. That reminded me of Pink Floyd, Money. They used the.
You don't use the right.
What album was it? Was I listening to with all the clocks? Was it Time?
Yeah, no. The album. The album
first.
is Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah. Time is
Well,
full of
but then
clocks
the
at the
song
beginning.
Time has all-
Yeah, and Money
That
has
scared
the
hell out of me.
cash
I didn't know
register.
that was happening. It's like when I listened to Danger Days for the first time, and Neri didn't warn me of the ear rape that happens during like the radio sign off of playing the national anthem, and I had my speakers turned up high, and they almost blew.
That's
But,
why you don't. No, that's.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I mean, when I listen to new stuff, I always put the speakers on, well, not on the lowest setting, but very, very low, because I know that there's a lot of stuff that has different equalizations, and I never know how loud they will be. So it doesn't matter if they don't have ear rates or anything like that. I always start like in 20% the volume or something like that, and then I adjust the volume depending on how I see the song is going.
That's understandable. I should have done that.
There he says she the same thing happened to her, but she was in headphones.
Okay, that might have been.
Yeah, she's saying that she's telling me to tell you that she got it worse.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
because she was in the headphones. I just.
You haven't asked me.
I see she jumped to you.
Huh?
Ended me, I see.
I notice you haven't asked me what the title Time Walk is all about.
Well,
Oh yeah. How did
my theory is
what
that.
is the title Time?
What's your theory?
I thought it was
Oh, yeah.
called time walk because of what you just said, that it took you 5 years to write, even though those 5 were actually 3, but somehow became 5. And
I know you won't guess what Time Walk means, but I do want to hear. Okay, so your theory is like how long my music took to write.
I don't know.
So my idea. If it's something that we wouldn't guess, then I have to think of something totally batshit insane, so that's more likely to be the answer. I don't know. So, have you ever gone to a cakewalk? You know what like an actual cakewalk is?
I think I did a cakewalk in
Like
second grade for a fundraiser.
Well, that was gonna be like, oh, it was
All I remember in the second grade cakewalk is there's just like a bunch of cakes on the ground. You walk on it. It was like scotch. It was like hopscotch. You walk to cake. You like either win cake or you like lose or something. I was in second grade. Remember?
No, I want
Is that what a cakewalk is? What's a
But,
cakewalk?
I don't even know what a cakewalk is anymore. It's usually supposed to be an expression to mean that it's easy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just easy. Yeah. Time walk was not easy to make. Actually, time walk drew on so I was okay, I think I was 27. Um I remember I was 27 when I published the now taken down Don't Look For It Please old Soapbox Deluxe demo that used to be online. Don't look for it. Don't look for it.
Now I want to.
Every time you
No.
say "don't look for it," it's like you're saying the exact opposite thing. It's
I feel about it how Fall Out Boy feels about evening out with your brother. It's just really shitty. But I will say that Time Walk drew upon um, many different snippets of song ideas I had throughout my entire time, like writing songs. So like part of Time Walk was written only a couple years ago. Part of Time Walk, I like dig into a unused 16 measures I wrote 10 years ago, and I'm like, oh, like this would fit right here. Like, in it goes. That isn't why I call it Time Walk, also, but we haven't got to that yet.
Real quick, I want to let Redhead is in the chat.
Yeah.
Anyways,
now that you wait before you continue. Now that we are talking about random stuff, Neri wanted me to let you know that she's on both streams, but she's mostly
okay.
on yours, like interacting in your chat. She just wanted to let you know.
You know, Redhead rated us, so I thought it would only fair your friend is here.
Yeah, he's texting me.
Hey. Hello, everyone.
Reveal us, grace us with the knowledge.
What?
What? Of what Time Walk means?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Time Walk has two different meanings. Actually, wait. Yeah, it has like 2.5 different meanings.
What do you mean 2.5? What's half a meaning?
I will see if I can explain. I might have just overguessed. But, okay. So, do either of you play Magic the Gathering?
Oh.
I think we have Lexi's answer to that question.
Lexi?
Well, all right. While we wait for Lexi to return, Sheila, are you familiar with Magic the Gathering?
No.
Really? Okay. You know it's like a trading card game.
Yes.
Yeah. So Magic the Gathering is a trading card game,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the best cards in Magic the Gathering that almost every like player thinks is just like a really good card is called Time Walk.
Mm-hmm.
And it lets you take an extra turn.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
This is it might this is where I'm going to try to get it to 2.5.
Okay.
Or we can wait for Lexi to come back and I could just keep it at that. I think Lexi will be back pretty soon, barring any OBS.
Oh, his OBS crash. Her OBS crash. Sorry.
OBS. My OBS crashes if I freaking run it for more than a minute. It's pretty bad, but I just have time to go.
Yeah. She told me she has been having technical difficulties since we started. Like half an hour before you joined, I was I was with her on the call, and she was struggling a bit. So let's just be patient.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to shoot the shit about whatever. To be completely honest, while I have been doing this interview, I have also been sleeving Magic the Gathering. No, I'm very easily distracted.
Hmm.
So I have been keeping my hands busy with putting pieces of cardboard inside little pieces of plastic.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. I understand. I used to be very hyperactive too. I've improved over time, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, like Magic. I mean, gee, I get to start on Magic. 5 minutes. Um, I would be able to, like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon.
Hmm.
King. Gina, did we lose you too?
Wait, it's just that, no. Wait, my audio interfaces are
No, no worries, no worries.
weird now. I don't know why my mic sometimes kind of like divides the sound card in two for some reason, and there's like mic one and mic two, even though it's the same mic. So it gets weird. I don't know why.
It does get weird. I hope I am still on it.
No, yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Hey, Lexi, welcome back.
Sorry, things crashed for me. I'm working on getting my stream back up.
No problem, no problem.
No, it's okay.
We were just talking about Magic the Gathering.
Hmm.
So, Lexi, you let us know what your favorite Magic the Gathering card is. But yeah, I am just to kind of fill the air. I'm a big like nerd about like card games and stuff.
Hmm.
So I am pretty big into Magic, pretty big into Yu-Gi-Oh, pretty familiar with Pokemon. I don't have any like cards, but I do know how to play the game. It is pretty fun.
Hmm.
I actually. Hello.
I think she's still.
Your react is on my side of the stream anymore. I'm sorry, stream.
Oh,
You're
okay.
good. You're good. Do whatever you gotta do.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
Back to an extent. Back enough. Literally, as soon as you were about to talk about Time Walk, my OBS crashed and my Discord crashed. So I guess the knowledge was not meant for my ears.
Well, you're gonna hear it. You are about to hear it. What was the last thing you did here?
You were saying that it has 2.5 meanings.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. So we were gonna try to count how many meanings.
Just realized.
Had.
I can't hear you. Fix that. A minute. There we go. Now they should be able to hear you.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. We're back.
Everything cool?
Sorry, Time Walk.
Wait.
Yeah.
Everything's back to an extent. We don't have your reactives anymore. I'm sorry, my start of the stream, we don't have the reactives. Just me. But go ahead. Time Walk. What is the meaning?
All right. So, Shima and I were going over the approximately 2.5 meaning that the Time Walk title has. My first question before you cut out was, are you, Lexi, familiar with Magic the Gathering?
To an extent. I played it for a very brief time in high school, but I'm much more of a Yu-Gi-Oh person.
Ooh, we can talk about Yu-Gi-Oh in a few minutes too, because I also love Yu-Gi-Oh. But as far as Magic the Gathering is concerned, Time Walk, Time Walk is a card in Gathering, and it is a card that lets you take an extra turn. Um, and it is considered to be among pretty much every Magic player, like colloquial knowledge, that like Time Walk is one of the best cards in the game ever. Like they're never gonna make a card that just gets Time Walk ever again. So it's not because I think the song is good. It's just because of it's just called Time Walk and I like the music. Although I mean
oh yeah, no, the song's shit. I just like Time Walk.
No, I mean, yeah, I think it's like I hope the song is good, but like Time Walk is first of all, it's because I play Magic, and Time Walk is a good card, and it is like the card is worth like I am guessing here, but I'm probably undervalued. It's probably like $4,000 per card. It is fucked up. I'm sorry if I raised your rating by saying that, but it is true.
It's fine. It's
Time
fine.
yeah, no, these cards. You know what? I'm gonna take 2 seconds because I love this. I love this stuff. I'm gonna look up the price of Time Walk. We're gonna see how expensive this card is. The absolute cheapest Time Walk you could possibly get is approximately $2,000 for one.
That thing's more expensive than my phone.
Exactly, and it is
and see, to me, it's just a piece of paper. So why don't they print more time? Why don't they print more time walks? Do they not do reprints with Magic?
So I love the direction this is going, and I will bring it back. But yes. Wizards of the Coast is the company that prints Magic the Gathering, and they have a policy. They have a policy about their really, really old cards. Only the really, really old cards, Wizards has said, for the sake of like not like for investors, but just like for people that have been in the game for so long, they've put so much into the game, they've supported Wizards for so long. The cards are so old, it would be kind of weird to print them again. For all these reasons and more, Wizards is like, we're just not going to be printing. So, Time Walk is among the cards. It's called the reserve list. It's just a list of cards. Wizards is like, these are classic cards. We are just going to keep them old, and we're not going to reprint them for a variety of reasons. So, Time Walk is $2,000 plus because of that.
Interesting. That's one of the reasons. What about the other 1.5 reasons?
Okay. All right. So, the 0.75th reason, the 1.25th,
0.5.
Yeah, thank you. I went to art school. And so the second reason it's called Time Walk is going off of the first reason Time Walk means take an extra turn. Me and my buddy Jack, I'll just incriminate him. Me and my buddy Jack and a couple other buddies that I knew through high school and college. Our first house, again, I said I'm in Chicago, so my first house with them, with like 3 other buddies, was in Chicago, Bridgeport. Shout out to Bridgeport for having us. We were go there pretty quickly. But well-behaved Magic the Gathering players, if such a thing exists, could be. We were also massive stoners, and the joke, Time Walk, we would play Magic, smoke. So we would down like the ball. So if you're like playing a ton of Magic, it's when the other guy can smoke or whatever. But if the guy is taking so freaking long with his turn, you can just like easily hit the block twice, take an extra, and that's literally the joke. Is that we would be like, oh, dude, I'm time walking, and he's kind of hit the block. I'm sorry if my paraphernalia talk has increased the rating of your show, but you can always.
It doesn't matter. There was.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, no,
literally does not matter.
Yeah, but like that's essentially the second meme. It's like an inside joke with me and my friends. We're like, yeah, dude, I'm just time walking, and we just kind of like did it again. The second and a half meaning, or I don't know how many credits we're giving each of these meanings.
No, I would consider one.
This is technically third.
All right, well, we'll see. We'll see.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, okay, so then there's the thing is that I think the song, this going back to the music, the song "Time Bomb," I think lyrically is, in my opinion, the most kind of like emo and frustrated lyrics of the EP, because it's just like, I want to do this but I can't, and like this thing sucks, and like I have these thoughts and it sucks, and it's like all this like frustrated stuff. So like part of me is very like yeah. Yeah, because it's like I want to take a chance, so I'm not sure, etc., etc. Lyrics like that where it's like there's this inner frustration, and so part of Time Walk is like the title. It felt I've told you also, and maybe this is why Time Walk is at the end. But I was telling you, being the most recently written song of a 10-year period to put out these 5 songs, it took me like 10 years total of start of the project to end of the project. I always felt like I was kind of time walking myself, and like I know that sounds kind of corny, but it's like
No, it's I get it. It's totally
yeah,
it's cool.
yeah. So like in so many ways in my life, I feel like I have time walked myself. Either I've been distracted by something, either I've been playing too much Magic, or I've been smoking too much, or I've been like distracted with a different project, or I've been like just doing, or I've been like working. Work is a fucking big one. Jesus, just like being overworked, and just feeling like all my time is like being like not like walking away from me, but I guess now that kind of would be like a funny way to put it. And yeah, it's I mean I think lyrically it's a very like kind of frustrated, emotional song, and it has to do with time kind of slipping away, and feeling like it's not all everyone else's fault. Sometimes it's like I could have pushed myself a little harder here. I could have not wasted so much time and effort here. If only I had the confidence to do this here. And that's kind of what Time Walk is all about. So, in summary, Time Walk is because of Magic the Gathering, smoking weed, and seeing time just deterministically slip through your fingers at every waking moment. We'll call that 2.5 maybe.
2.5. This third one probably even counts as 2 reasons. That's too deep.
Thank you. I hope that all makes sense. I hope that all kind of makes sense.
No, it does make sense, and actually, it has been my favorite explanation until now.
No, I still really like the burger story. With the new people so cool because I was expecting something completely different, and they're like, "Oh no, it's just a waitress."
Waitresses are gonna ruin you. If you give them the
sure
chance
to prove it on your baby. Hey, we're gearing towards the end, but I believe we've been supplied with some exclusive material that pertains to Time Walk, and that is also found on the physical release on cassette, of which we have way too many copies of in this goddamn train.
Yes.
And
If
the
that's
drawer.
correct,
They're in the drawer. That's why you cannot see them. It's absolutely not because we were too lazy to PNG them.
I just PNG them. Or the original plan for the set was I was gonna have them piled in a mountain on the side of the screen.
Yeah.
Lazy, because that takes time to rearrange such a nice stack, you know. Shove them all in the desk drawer.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, if we are prefacing the yet currently not released on Spotify or Bandcamp anywhere, this track, which I assume we are probably going to play. I don't know. Are we going to play the track or?
We're gonna play it.
Okay, all right.
If that's cool.
Yeah, for sure. This track, if I can explain it for a little bit, it is a remix. It is like a electronic dance remix of Time Lock. It was mixed by my friend who was one of the people responsible for throwing the water bottle Illinois Jones through the door. He was my drummer in my high school ska band, and he played the violin and orchestra with me, and he is also now a very environmentally friendly DJ under the name Chaz Topaz, and this is the Time Walk Chaz Topaz remix. So he does have, he has a SoundCloud. He's got some good remixes on SoundCloud. Look up Chaz Topaz on SoundCloud. And yeah, I think it's really cool. The only places this song has currently been in any way obtainable is on the cassette exclusive release of the EP, as well as, if I can make a little segue before the track starts, I am a huge like dance game nerd, so like Dance Dance Revolution and Pump It Up, you know, like those kind of games. I don't know how familiar y'all are with those foot games.
Well,
but there is a PC open source offshoot of Dance Dance Revolution called In the Groove, which has also been in the arcades before. And being open source, you can put your own steps or songs into the game, and you can just play them, and you can get them away for download. So the second way people could have previously obtained this track was through my In the Groove release called the Pop Punk and Pals Pack, which has like 30 pop punk songs on it, and they're all like, you could like step Dance Dance Revolution to it. For PC, it's totally free. You literally download it and play it if you have a pad at your house, whoever's reading it. Listening to this, sorry. And yeah, Time Walk is on it, as well as the remix. Those are two of the songs, free download, available, and you can play in dance game style. So that and the cassette is the two places you can hear it, but this is going to be the first actually streamed online to ever do it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's funny you say
nice.
In the Groove. I use Stepmania.
Hell yeah. No, I mean, hell yeah. That is what it is. You use Simply Love?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. You know where it's at. That's what I use too.
I'm just waiting for the drive, the Google. There we go. I'm just waiting for it to load.
Okay,
yeah.
So how do we handle this? 1, 2, 3, or?
Want to do this? Well,
should I mute myself?
Let me. Yeah, we're gonna mute ourselves too. I've just got to get it open. Shima, stall, because my computer's still being a little bit of a ass.
I'm here with you.
Yeah, both of you stall while I try to get this ready, and as soon as it's ready, I'll let you know.
So what's your favorite color?
Red? And I just answered it casually. My favorite color's red. Especially a bright red like the one I have on my clothes. That's my favorite red. What's your favorite color?
My first favorite color was pink. My second favorite color was green. After when I was in preschool, I was afraid that pink was too girly of me. So I just asked the kid on the swings what his favorite color was, and he said green. So I was like, green it is.
Okay.
Blue's my favorite color.
Blue's a good one. Blue's a good one.
Yeah, blue's a pretty nice color.
I'm gonna actually say my current favorite color is purple. So
Sorry, it started without me knowing. Okay, continue. Sorry, I guess we're ready. It started playing without me pressing anything. But finish your favorite color story.
Wait.
Oh no, I just like purple. I just think it's pretty and easy to look at.
My favorite color has always been red. I'm loyal to my stuff.
Hell yeah. Should I mute myself, or are you gonna play this?
Yeah. We'll play it for the people present. Shima, are you ready?
Yes.
So I'm gonna do it on your count. So you do the count.
Okay. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Dreaming if I ever will. I really wanna take the world by storm. I'm dreaming if I ever win. Life seems to wear me thin. Your face just seems to complicate. Back to basics then. Who's running this place inside my head? It's not like anybody else knows. It's not like anybody else knows. All I wanted was honesty for a minute, but I watch every second as they go. It's not like anybody else knows. It's not like anybody else knows.
I almost played
Oh
it again
God,
accidentally.
What a wow.
You
Just
can
on my
unmute
end.
yourself.
That was
There we go.
I'm back. That's it.
You can go, Jesus fucking Christ, what a baner.
I really enjoyed
Do
it.
not toss that word around lightly.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, as I said before, it's not the genres that it's not the genre that I generally listen to, but I can appreciate how well made it is. I mean, there are many genres of music that I don't regularly listen to, but I can appreciate the effort and their composition and everything.
Yeah.
Then
It was,
this
yeah, what do you
this
think?
series is going to be so much fun. Then I'm exposing so much different music. But because I'm somebody that listens to everything. I try to listen to everything. There are some exceptions here and there. I don't,
Mm,
but
yeah.
this does not fall into those exceptions. This is really really well done. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That just makes me want to own that cassette more. Well, I mean, we have like 500 copies here on the train, but besides those, I need another. I need another copy for when we do a spacewalk or something outside the train.
Spacewalk. Spacewalk. It's gonna be the
Spacewalk.
sequel song.
The sequel's of Spacewalk.
Well, I'm glad.
Spoiler alert! It's just time walk backwards.
if you play Time Walk backwards, travel backwards.
What?
If you play
Exactly.
time walk backwards, you go back in time.
Oh. No.
Would that be a time? Would that be a time moonwalk then?
Well,
Well, I just wanna shout out my buddy Chaz Topaz for putting together that.
Chaz Topaz, what a talented individual. Nothing about him besides this. Is there anything else you want to talk? Well, you were telling us before that he was in your other band, and also did the Indiana Jones bottle trick.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
oh, Alex, Neri says she wants me to tell you that she loves your music.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm glad that you enjoy it.
It was sick.
I will try to make more music in a more reasonable mood.
I can understand that. I mean, I've mentioned this to you before. Please, vinyl release, please. Pretty please.
Well, I will also shout out for helping me make the cassette release. Stay Tough Records, based out of California, is a cassette-based mini label that puts on. I think they put on shows like live shows out of like the skate shop, which is really bad. And they hit me up several months ago about just like, hey, I found the music and put it on a cassette. So we totally did that. And so shout out to Stay Tough Records for sure. Thank you for thinking it's cool. Thank you for putting it on a cassette. I would also like to, well, yeah, just about the vinyl. Probably. We'll see if I can find some sort of vinyl producer. The CDs I did, the CDs I did were just completely. I just made. I didn't make them, but I like paid for them out of pocket. The cassettes were done for me, which was extremely nice. I guess that's the
Suggest like if you ever do a vinyl release, you can always go like the DIY route. And some of Mark with the Seeds early stuff is that one of his copies I own. There's just people online that I think you can look them up. You can just send them your stuff. It's not like a label contractor kind of thing. I mean, kind of similar probably to if you had done the cassettes without a label. You would have just you know, look it up online. You'll see it. But there are companies that will just press your music to vinyl.
Yeah. There's totally ways to do it. So I think I would probably do it in the next short while. that's very relevant.
Yeah,
I,
that's
I do like vinyls. My thing that I will say about this physical releases is I like to make every unique physical release special in some way. So in the cassette, there are liner notes about the songs, which is not found on the CD release. However, in the CD release, there's a mini comic inside of the CD. So there's like a little backstory with the like cover girl character, the demon girl gal. So there's a mini comic in there. So if I made a vinyl release, I would need to come up with some sort of thing that would be uh, like the reason you would get the vinyl. You know what I mean?
could just um Shima, what would you put in the vinyl release that would be unique to the vinyl release?
Hmm.
I want to hear your idea.
Well, if you managed to fit the entire album into only one side of the vinyl, then you could, I don't know, feature some kind of Easter egg on the other side.
Okay, okay. That
You could
is yeah.
and stuff like I think I told you about Flummox on Needle Juice Records. One of their records at the end of side two, it just goes into a locked groove, and you have to physically lift up the needle and put it past that to get to the hidden song. Um, just look at what they do with Third Man Records. They do lots of cool stuff. I think one of their records you actually have to destroy the jacket to get to the secret CD or something that's in there, and then
Wow.
the C in one of his vinyl releases, like an early vinyl release, he made a movie without telling anybody that he made a movie, and then you just hit it on the just hit it in the copies and just sent them out, and then people found a DVD in there and they're like, "Oh, Mark with a C movie." But yeah, Lincoln is suggesting that on maybe if you do side one, just the EP, because you could probably fit all the songs on one side, and then
Yeah.
side two, chiptune remakes of all the songs.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I could
Yeah,
even
that's it.
I could even just put the freaking Game Boy on each track, and that alone would be reasonable.
It'd be really
Because
cool.
there are tracks like the drum tracks I mentioned at the very start of the interview. The drum tracks are written on Game Boy. They just had so much studio stuff like analyzed about them and turned into like samples. But there does exist a stripped down pure Game Boy version of each song. In fact, a super duper old version of Illinois Jones I wrote on a different Game Boy cartridge in high school also exists. There is plenty of unreleased material to go around. In the time that I've spent putting all this shit together, I have made a lot of scraps, and none of those scraps have ever been released in anything.
I think that would be a really good way to release it, honestly. And like you've told us lots of stories here today. I mean, you could expand your liner notes and maybe put a booklet in there, and then if you're feeling fancy, I mean, it's only one. It would probably only be one record, but you could even make it a gatefold if you wanted to do some nice inner art.
Oh yeah, that is totally easy to do actually. I don't know if this has been mentioned on the interview actually today, but I do draw my own art. I did, in addition to writing the music, I did draw the album art of Soapbox Deluxe. I did draw the mini comic book inside. I took the photo of myself with Val, the character, which is found inside the cassette, but not the CD. Did both. But yeah, no, that actually makes a lot of sense. Make unique inner art, make one hell of a B-side on the disc itself, and have a booklet with increased line. Because on a cassette, you can only fit a couple sentences per song. So on the booklet, and this is actually going way back. I mentioned Streetlight Manifesto as an influence. their liner notes are like 3 paragraphs per song. Like Thomas really goes. Thomas is the dude. Um, he is like he goes hard on explaining his songs, which I think is really cool. So yeah, I guess people appreciate that.
The thing I'd implore you to include, because I've only seen one other band do this, but if you also include the lyrics in your liner notes, include the chords for the song. I think that's a really cool thing to do, and I've literally never seen anybody else do it, except for Bridge City Sinners.
That is actually rather easy to do because all of the songs are pretty darn simplistic. I I will readily admit I consider myself like a novice intermediate musician in general. As far as my like dexterity, as far as my music theory knowledge, as far as a bunch of other shit. Um, I obviously know how to make a song sound like a song, but I'm definitely like, you know, I'm not gonna know what like a diminished whatever the fuck is. I'm just gonna play a power chord. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want you to take this the wrong way.
Ah!
But you don't have to be able to play good to be able to be able to make a punk album.
Hell no. And that's why
Sex Pistols.
That's why punk is great.
Yeah.
If you have it in your heart, you are a punk. And that's all it is.
I love that. Give me Yu-Gi-Oh flashbacks.
Oh yeah, speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, I don't know if we ever talked about what your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh games were.
It's been like so funny that we were talking about Game Boy because I traded back in like 2016. I traded my entire Yu-Gi-Oh collection because I could not find anybody to play with me for years. So I was just like, fuck this. I traded all of them for a great purple Game Boy. For a great purple Game Boy Color. Now in my like modded, it's a modded Game Boy, and it's kind of like my guinea pig for when I test other things. That's not my main Game Boy.
What are your Game Boy mods?
Mostly, I used the main one with that one. I used it to test a backlit screen, putting lights inside of a glow in the dark shell, and like shell replacements. I didn't get too deep into it. I ended up picking up a pink, what I found later was a $300, I got it for $60, a pink Tamagotchi Game Boy Pocket.
That's really cool. I got a transparent Game Boy Pocket off of the trumpet player of my high school ska band in exchange for doing his homework. And I will not incriminate that individual by saying who they were, but it wasn't even hard. I'm glad I did your homework, and I hope we had fun at Six Flags. Thank you for the Game Boy.
Have anything else before we wrap up?
Who, me?
Well, either of you. You or Shima. Shima has more questions if you have something you want to say.
Do I have questions? No, I think I'm fine.
Okay, yeah. Unless there's any more burning political hard-hitting questions from the chat, I was just gonna give it to Shima. I was gonna give it to Shima, and then I was gonna probably sign off with what I was gonna say, which I have a shout out and stuff. Yeah, if there's no other questions for now, I would like to shout out the following people by first name only for lack of incrimination, but who I will shout out: Jack, Chaz, Billy, Andre, Schiller, Spencer, Tom, Hollis. Jesus, there's probably Jesus. There's probably a couple more. There's probably a couple
Don't
more.
forget Becca.
You mean Jenna?
Oh, Jenna, yes.
And thank you, Jenna. Thank you, Jenna. I hope your husband and children are doing well. Who else am I going to shout out? Because all of those people I shouted out had to do with the music being what it is, and it would not exist without all of those people existing. I just want to make sure I shout everyone out, because there's a lot of people to shout out. Some people kind of probably wouldn't want to be shouted out, so I won't shout them out. But I think I shouted out all the people that would be like, think it was cool and like, yeah, thanks for the shout out. Andre, of course. Andre with Sorakai. Again, check out Andre. Check out Sorakai. Check out Bouquet. Check out Wolf Road. They are another local up-and-coming Chicago band. If I could continue shouting things out, it would be that I am hosting I'm going to announce this tomorrow, actually, so y'all are the first to hear about it, but I am, like I said, I'm based out of Chicago, so I am hosting, for my birthday, which is the day after Earth Day, but it's for Earth Day, Saturday, 4/22, I'm hosting an acoustic benefit concert to fight climate change at my house. It involves several local bands, such as, When the Sun Sets, Hardly, 4 Stars, Wolf Road, and myself, Soapbox Deluxe, will be performing at my house. It's at least those 5 acoustic acts. It's going to be free entry. It's going to be raffle prizes, and all the raffle proceeds go towards, I forget the name of the competition. I could probably pull it up really quick. Let me actually do that, because I'm sure that they get shouted out. The Environmental Law and Policy Center. The Environmental Law and Policy Center is a Midwest-based. I'm not reading this. I'm just saying it's a Midwest policy-based organization that fights climate change, tries to move away from coal, tries to plant trees and do all that good shit. So I'm going to be giving all the proceeds from the raffle of the Earth Day birthday show to them. And anyone who is listening who is anywhere near Chicago should totally come to the event, which I will be posting on Instagram and Facebook. My name is Alex Waskello. That's who I am. You can find me social media as Alex Waskello on Facebook, Soapbox Deluxe IL for Illinois on Instagram, and I believe that's my Twitter handle as well. So you can follow me on all those places. As well as that, the last final thing I will shout out, and thank you for letting me know I'm so hard, is the name of my house events is called FAM, which is an anagram for Fun, Food, and also Music Mansion, 2 of each. That is the name of the house, and there is an Instagram for that house. It is called FAM, FAMM, GRAM, FAMgram. It's just another hub where you can see event photos. There's arcade games. There's live music. There's a free barbecue and free drinks every time. So I just want to make a thing for the pop punk and music community to enjoy. And next month it's going to be for a cause. So hopefully some people can show up. And thank you so much.
So thank you for coming on the show.
For having me.
I think that wraps it up. Me and Shima gotta wait out of here. Shima, do you think they have a food car? Can we go get food?
They should have a snack service or something.
Come to think of it, is there anybody else on the who is driving the train?
I guess this is.
Seen anybody else?
First, I guess this is an automated train because. No, wait. The question is there someone driving the train? Is the train actually running, or is it just floating in space randomly in the void?
What if it's a ghost train?
What if we're dead already?
Wait, are we dead? Are we dead? Is this purgatory? I have to spend my afterlife with Shima? Ugh.
Are we stuck together for eternity? And the
Find out next time on Track by Track with Lexi and Shiva, where we, I don't know, listen to a Rod Stewart album. I don't know what we're doing next. But the lore will deepen in episode 2.
It would be actually cool to have actual lore and go unraveling the lore throughout the episodes of the podcast.
That would require planning.
I don't worry. If you don't want to do it, I'm not as lazy as you are. I could do it.
Everybody, thank you for coming. I have to go meet up with my girlfriend, so I'll go figure that out.
Yep.
Everybody have a wonderful night. Go listen to Soapbox Deluxe.
Yes.
If you're in the area of which Chicago, I believe.
Yes.
And you can make it to that show. Go to that. I mean, it's a free show. Come on. It's not like you have to go pay for entry. It's a free show on a Saturday. What else are you going to be doing on a Saturday? Anyway, have a wonderful, wonderful night. Thanks for showing up.
Yep.
Bye.
Thanks everybody. And well, if you're subscribed to my channel, I have a secret stream in 5 minutes.
You have a secret stream and you didn't tell me?
Well,
I already
it's a
stopped my stream.
Well, it's a secret.
I gotta stop my OBS. My OBS is just, my whole entire computer was just like, you're killing me. You're killing me. You're running Discord and you're running OBS.
Well, anyway, thanks, Alex, for being here, and again, thanks everybody for showing up to the stream, and I hope to see you in the next episode.
Hell yeah. Thank you all so much.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. I had fun. Thanks for coming.
Also, I the links for Alex music are on the description, all of them. Every platform, so you have no excuse for not listening to him. You have every single platform down there.
Yeah, it's on a bunch of places as far as I know. So yeah, that's awesome.
Do you have the YouTube link down there too?
YouTube and YouTube Music, both of them.
Oh, and YouTube Music. I can't think of one person that uses YouTube Music, but
I used to use YouTube Music, but I don't anymore. But I used to.
That one person that uses YouTube Music in your chat is gonna be like, oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you noticed when I sent you the screenshot of my stream, but I am one of the very, very few people who has YouTube Premium.
Wait, no, that's not. Now I need to see. Do I need to make fun of you for having YouTube Premium and not using an ad blocker like every other singing person? How do I tell if you have YouTube Premium?
Because it doesn't say YouTube on the top left; it says Premium.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I've been bullied for that a lot.
Anyways, I'm gonna head out because I gotta get ready to leave.
Yep.
Alex, wonderful talking with you. If you ever want to be on the show again, whether it's just in a talky format and we just all talk about your favorite album or something, hit me up. We can make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Love to have you back on, especially if you're making more music.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be totally cool. Not to jump the gun, because based on my previous timing, it takes a very, very long time. But I would guess that I'm gonna have it probably, fingers crossed, 2024. I cannot guarantee when, because I am working on other projects, such as a video game project right now. But I will definitely, I'm never going to leave. So I will definitely hit you up, or you'll hit me up, or you can just chill or do whatever. So I'm always available. Again, all I'm doing right now is the video game project, actually. So my schedule is rather flexible because I'm just working from home. So I can usually just shoot the shit whenever. So just let me know, and we can carve out a time. thank you for having me. I'm very glad.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for
I'm
coming.
gonna hop out. I gotta go get ready.
Okay.
I gotta go
Goodbye.
surprise Neri. Bye.
Bye.
Let's sign off. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Whoa. Okay, so I'm gonna grab something to eat, and then I want to play Muse Dash. It's a secret stream because oh my god, I I closed VTube Studio by accident. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna close this stream and I'm gonna start another one in about 5 minutes because I suddenly felt the need to play Muse Dash. So yeah, I want to do that. And yeah, it's a secret stream because, well, of course I didn't schedule it. So I'm gonna end the stream and hope to see you there. See you in a couple of